welcome to SEC Plus. Gary Laney of Advanced Digital with, to my left, Ron Higgins of NOLA.com, and to my right, Brandon Marcello of AL.com. And it's NFL Draft Week, the week every year where the SEC's critics kind of get a little bit quiet because the SEC usually dominates the draft, and it looks like they're going to dominate it again this year. Guys, I've seen up to 8 different SEC names that have been mocked into the top 10 of the draft. How many SEC guys do you think will go? We'll start with you, Ron.
Well, I think probably 4, maybe 5, but 4. Jadeveon Clowney, Greg Robinson, Johnny Manziel, and Jake Matthews, and maybe Mike Evans might sneak in there. But I think you get at least 4, including probably 3 of the top 5 at least, or 4.
Yeah, I would think that would be kind of conservative. What say you, Brandon?
I like Ron's list. Another fringe guy that could possibly go, and just because I cover him at Auburn, is D4 defensive end. He's a fringe first or second round guy. He's gotten a lot of looks by some teams late in the first round here of late. It's very possible you might see him go late in the first round. Like you said, I think it's going to be between 4 to 8. Probably more around 6 to 7. But as you said, I mean, the SEC is going to be the story of the night on Thursday night on that first day. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, you're going to start with the first pick.
Go ahead. I'd say so, yeah. I mean, I was talking about 4 in the top 10. I mean, I think probably you could have 10 in the first round. You look at 10 for the full first round. When you start going to the back half of the first round, and you're looking at C.J. Mosley and Ha Clinton Dix and D Ford, and of course we forgot Odell Beckham, who can go anywhere from, we see him anywhere from like 13 to 20 something. So
yeah, and I've seen Odell walk to the Lions at 10 lately. It seems like a hot thing, and that puts him as a top 10 guy. So I've even seen him mocked as a top 10. So there are a lot of guys that might be top 10 to 12 guys. Let's start with the number 1 pick here. I think it's pretty clear that the top pick is going to be an SEC guy. We just don't know which direction the Texans are going to go. Over the weekend, I've heard talk that they like Clowney as the best player in the draft, but they kind of want Manziel. They kind of want their quarterback. Which way do you guys see the Texans going?
Well, if they go logically, they'll go with Clowney, who's the best player in this draft, who is a difference maker. I mean, who's looked like an NFL player almost from day one in South Carolina. Now, if you go with box office, you're probably going with Johnny Manziel, who some people think is a risk. I don't. I just think he's a different type quarterback. And obviously that would be huge box office in Houston. But, I mean, the best player in the draft is Clowney.
Which way do you go, Brandon?
I'm with you there. I mean, Clowney's the best player in this draft, but as you said, if the Texans are looking to make a pull, make a draw, they should go with Johnny Manziel. There's no doubt. I keep going back to the draft years ago when they passed on Reggie Bush or whoever, and everybody's like, oh, what's going on with that? I just think that if they do want to go for a marquee name and automatically get some more butts in the seats, though I don't think that's really a problem, but maybe get more attention nationally, they'll go with Johnny Manziel. But NFL teams rarely, unless you're the Oakland Raiders, go for a flashy pick over what you believe is the best pick, and I think they'll end up going with Clowney Thursday night.
Yeah, I'd go Clowney and just put him next to J.J. Watt and say try to block us. I mean, I think that's going to put some butts in the seats at the end of the day. And at the beginning of the second round, guys like Zach Mettenberger are still going to be sitting there. So, I think this is a good depth season for quarterbacks. So I don't think you have to get desperate with the number 1 pick. We have to have a quarterback now. If I'm them, I'm taking Clowney. Let's talk a little bit. I think you touched on this, Brandon, with D Ford. Ron, give us a guy that we should watch, maybe a dark horse guy.
Well, I mean, just close to home here, I still think Jarvis Landry is a steal wherever he goes. I mean, here's a guy who makes the impossible catches, who makes the tough catches over the middle. I think he was kind of overshadowed by Odell Beckham, even though Jarvis had more catches. I think whoever gets Jarvis is going to get a steal because I think this guy can play for a while in the NFL.
Brandon, I'll let you close out.
Well, I like D Ford. I think the only thing that was really holding him back was the back issue that everybody discovered at the NFL Combine. But from talking to people at the Combine, the doctors are really stringent on withholding certain guys from workouts and recommending that they sit out. But he blew everybody away at the Senior Bowl. A lot of people came out of that saying he's a first-round guy. He blew people away at Pro Day here at Auburn, where he put up Clowney-like numbers and even beat him in some categories. I think that what you're seeing also from talking to teams and scouts around the area is that he is a guy that more and more people are looking at defensive end, whereas a lot of people are saying he's going to be a linebacker in a 3-4 scheme. So I think for that additional chatter, D4 could very well go late in the first round and give the SEC a little bonus pick, so to speak, there late Thursday night.
All right, there you have it. The draft starts Thursday, and join us again on Thursday. I'll have some recruiting writers here, and we'll talk about the SEC players who will be drafted early and really overachieved compared to where they were recruited. So join us then. Until then, for Ron and Brandon, I'm Gary Laney. See you next time.